The gentleman from Florida, my good friend, Mr. Bilirakis.
The gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I appreciate it. I rise in strong support of H.R. 185, which will lift the CDC's burdensome mandates for international travelers into the United States. Frankly, I can't believe the mandate is still here. But I talk to my constituents who have family that want to come to the United States, international travelers, and they can't come because they don't want to take the vaccine, and that's their right. So we need to lift this. I want to thank my colleague, Mr. Massey, so well put, for his leadership on this particular piece of legislation. This past week, my colleagues and I on the E&C committee have held hearings and markups focused on competitiveness versus China, ensuring American companies lead the globe. This morning, we also held a long overdue oversight hearing with the CDC, and I challenged them to think of the impacts their mandates are having to the travel and tourism section. The Biden administration's onerous vaccine mandates for workers, citizens, and international travelers has been disastrous for our economy and have done very little to mitigate public health concerns, as my colleague stated. Republicans have made it clear we are tired of mandates and over-regulation. This legislation will remove these mandates so travel can resume into the country and we can make our nation competitive again on the international stage. We have the Brand USA program that advertises our nation's hidden treasures, and they're everywhere. But the travel sector hasn't been able to be fully unleashed thanks to the CDC. And we know historically that the industry in my home state of Florida, but it's not just my home state, but my home state of Florida has accounted for more than $80 billion in revenue and 1.5 million jobs annually. So let's get our economy back on track. It just makes so much sense, this particular bill. Let's remove this ridiculous mandate. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back.
I reserve.